Welcome to Dacey's Divas. Hi, I'm your host, Dacey. Today, we have two phenomenal divas out there making a difference for the fight against lupus. Please welcome Sara Bentley and Miriam Alvarez. How are you girls?
Good, thank you for having
Thank you
us.
for coming in here today, and you certainly have made a difference, and we're going to talk about lupus. But first, you came all the way. Tell where you came from, Sara.
Our office is headquarters in Washington, D.C., so I came in from the D.C., our nation's capital, and so I'm here in Boston, or in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, and really excited to be here.
And you're a great part with the Lupus Foundation. Tell us, the viewers, a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the great things that you're doing, Sara.
Okay, great. Well, I've been working in nonprofit for, almost, I would say about 8 years now, and my background starts with actually back in the theaters, the arts.
Really?
Yes, so a little different, but I really had a love for dance growing up, and eventually I decided I wanted to go into nonprofit, and I really was excited working with the MS Society in South Florida for a while, and had the opportunity to then go into nonprofit through working with them. Which led me then to the Lupus Foundation of America, and just really enjoy the work I do. I love giving back. I love being a part of a community and a team, and it just really feel good work.
Well, you're very energetic. Did you go to school, Sara?
I did.
Where'd you go?
Niagara University in upstate New York, Niagara Falls.
Good. So how did you switch from dance, art and theater to nonprofit? That's a big jump.
It is, and it was kind of a hard change. I guess it was like one bad day at ballet class, and I decided I'm going to go into picking up some business classes, and then just started picking up nonprofit business management, and kind of just made the switch there.
Right. Well, I'm on the board here in Chelmsford, the Chelmsford Center for the Arts, and I have an endowment in my name for all cultural programs for children and adults, and now TV actress, struggling. My poor father's still supporting me. No, but now I'm working for the Merrimack Valley Food Bank here in the Merrimack area. So that's nonprofit. So see, it's rewarding, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
And I think all the people you meet is really, like you were saying, the people you met that kind of led you to this show as well. I think it's just really
enlightening.
Yeah, very enlightening.
All right. Well, thank you, Sara. We're going to get back to you, and let's talk to you a little bit. Miriam, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you. Now, come with me. Coming on the show, tell us a little bit about your background.
So I was born in El Salvador, and I moved to the United States when I was 6 years old. And I grew up in Cambridge, and now I currently reside in Malden, Massachusetts.
Okay. Do you work?
I do.
What do you do?
I work in human resources for Partners Healthcare.
Oh, really? Where?
Yes. In Boston and Charlestown, actually.
Good for you.
Yes.
And are you married? Do you have any children? Or
No, single.
single? Are you married?
Married.
Okay.
One child. Yeah.
One child? All right. How old?
18 months.
Oh my goodness. So you have your hands full.
I do, yeah. He's fantastic, though.
That's
A
good.
little charmer.
So are you from though when you came from El Salvador? Are you from the Boston area, Miriam, or?
Yes. So I was born in El Salvador, and then I grew up in Cambridge.
Oh, Cambridge. Okay.
I spent 12 years there, so I graduated high school. That's my hometown.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
So is your family still there in El Salvador?
I have aunts and uncles over there and my grandparents, but my immediate family is here. My siblings, 2 siblings, and then my parents are here.
Cambridge is a fabulous community.
It is.
Do you walk? Do you walk everywhere? Do you drive to work? Do you?
I take the T.
You take
to
the
work.
T. I know,
Yes.
isn't that great though? I went to college in Boston. I love the Boston area, the scene, but I haven't been in there for a while. But to take the T or to take the train, it's so much easier. Or to walk than to drive, correct?
Exactly.
Easier. Easy life. So let's talk a little bit about why we're here today. Sara, would you like to start? And then we can ask, Miriam some questions too.
Sure. What brings us here today is we're here in the Boston area for Walk to End Lupus now. Part of our Lupus Foundation of America is our largest grassroots event, which is our walk program, and which is in Boston on October 25th.
Great.
And we're really here to spread also lupus awareness, talk a little bit about lupus. I think there's not enough education about it. I think it's misunderstood.
Right.
So I think that's really what we're here to talk a little bit about and promote awareness in the event as well, and also let people know that we're a great resource and that we have a lot of information on our website as well, and that we have a lot of national services.
Right. Okay. Now, Miriam, no, you were diagnosed with lupus.
Yes.
Okay. What age? 21 was it?
I was
Roughly?
23.
23. Okay.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit. First, what were the symptoms?
So my symptoms started in the summer of 2009, shortly after I graduated college, and it really started with my hair falling out,
Okay.
and you know, it wasn't normal amounts that I was losing, and then shortly after I started feeling the joint pain. I would struggle a lot to go up and down the stairs.
Right.
So it was a lot, mostly in my knees, but then it started kind of spreading my fingers. It was tough to make a fist. It was tough to tie my shoelaces. I struggled to do that. I remember that my sister used to have to help me tie my shoelaces and even help me get dressed or undressed because it was so tough. I had fevers, not so many mouth sores, which is another one of the symptoms, but mostly just the joint pain, the fevers, the hair loss, extreme fatigue. No matter how much sleep I got,
Really?
I was always really tired.
So how long did it take you, Miriam, to get help? You know, to realize, okay, I'm sick. I gotta go find out what this is. And I'm sure they did numerous tests on you to find out what this was.
Actually, it was very interesting. So I made a doctor's appointment because I knew something wasn't right. So when I went to the doctor, I didn't see my normal doctor. I saw one of the other doctors I was filling in. And I went in and complained about the knee pain, and then I told her about the other symptoms. So the doctor told me that it was something called runner's knee, although I'm not a runner. So that to me didn't make much sense. And then she's like, you don't have to be a runner to get that. So she gave me a couple of exercises that I could do at home, and she was going to send me home. And that's when I decided to tell her, I think I have lupus. And then she asked me, why do you think you have lupus? And I told her that I had seen a commercial. Yes, I had seen a commercial where the girl is describing all of the symptoms that I had. And in the end, she says, could I have lupus? I had no idea what lupus was. So I immediately went on Google and then researched. I got on the Lupus Foundation of America website.
Oh, so you researched, I saw, by yourself, on your own, from a TV show, a TV commercial.
Exactly. I had,
good for you.
Prior to that, I had no idea what lupus was.
And obviously your doctor didn't either.
I think she knew, but she didn't expect me to have it.
Okay. Why? Because of your age, or just?
Yes, I think it's because of my age, because I did get that a lot when I told people that I was diagnosed with it, is that, wow, I've never heard of a young person having lupus. I've always heard of older people getting it, older women. So a lot of people were surprised, so I think that was a big factor into her not thinking that I had it. So after I told her that, they did the tests, and shortly enough, a couple of days later, I got a phone call saying that it did come back positive, but that they wanted to do further testing because they didn't want to just diagnose it as that immediately.
How old are you now, Miriam?
I'm 27.
You're 27. You look great.
Thank you.
Are you taking medication for this? Like for your pain, I see you had panic attack when you got it. You lost 20 pounds, obviously, because you're all nerved up because you have an illness. Exactly. What do you take, like I mentioned, meds now to help?
I do. Right now, I'm on azathioprine.
Okay.
And I've been on it for about a year.
Okay.
I've been doing good on it. It's much better than what I was originally put on, which was prednisone.
Yeah, prednisone.
And prednisone is
strong stuff. Yeah.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
The longer you're on it, the more chances that you have of having problems with it.
Right.
So my doctor really tries to stay away from it, and I'm doing good on the azathioprine.
Well, you look wonderful.
Thank you.
But you feel okay.
Yes.
That takes away the joint pain.
It does.
To take away your fever? Yeah.
Yes. So it keeps my immune system suppressed.
Right, suppresses it, yeah.
Yes, so I have to be careful in the winter time with anyone that has the flu or anything, a cold or anything that's
You're
contagious.
more susceptible, yes.
Yes, but I've been doing pretty good. This will actually be my second winter on it, and I got through my first winter just fine. Right. It does keep the pain away, but there are still some days that I struggle.
Okay, so now let's get into some questions. How did you cope with this when you found out? You know, I know you got the panic attacks, you lost the 20 pounds, you look fabulous, you came in, you're smiling, you're a very positive girl, and that certainly makes a difference. Maybe there's some other women out there that you can help educate them that might be, you know, sick, or how did you persevere to come to this point? I guess
It was very tough at first, just because I knew nothing about the disease besides what I had researched, and my family didn't know anything about it.
Right.
But they were having a great support system as far as my family and my friends has been great.
Right.
They were really my rock. They were there for me.
Support system.
Yes.
Right.
So that's very important. And just knowing your body, I tried to do the most research that I could.
Good girl.
Going on websites that I could trust, like the Lupus Foundation of America website and a couple of other websites.
That you can trust. That's a good answer there too, because you don't know. Sometimes people like medicate themselves and they're like looking all over, but
exactly. So that was great. And then also a lot of support systems online, social media.
Yeah, good girl.
It's awesome. Twitter, I met a lot of friends through Twitter. Facebook.
Good.
So it's been great. I keep in touch with a lot of friends across the country.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of great people. I have a friend in New York that has it, and she's great. She's a great advocate for it.
Right.
So that's what has helped me cope with it.
Right.
It's just staying on top of it.
Sphere influence too, and that's very good.
Yes.
Sarah, how about you now? We're going to show some pictures Pete's going to come up with. October 25th is your big event here in Boston. Okay, here we go. Here's some pics. Oh, those are nice. I like that one.
Yes. So this was from our first year in 2012 on the Common.
Mics are out, I think. Mics are out. Oh, sorry.
And we had it there at the bandstand, and we had a masquerade theme, and people wore big masks. They got dressed up in purple. Butterfly is a symbol of hope, and that was one of our images that we used.
Nice picture.
So people wore some butterfly wings,
Nice.
and this is our start line. We have a ribbon cutting. So we also have Chris Wilcox, who was a former player with the Celtics. His wife joined us that day.
That's nice.
And supported a young woman there.
And the butterflies.
And so a whole group of people, a lot of teams come together, very colorful. We asked people to put on purple.
Is that the color for Lupus? Purple?
It is.
It's a pretty color. Yeah. Oh, wow. Great
Everyone
group.
gathering at the line. You have the fall foliage. It's a great time of year.
Nice pick.
Children, face painting. And so a lot of, there's another great picture. The teams, and it was just, we were really lucky to have good weather that year, the last couple of years, so we're praying for good weather again. Of course, the morning's always going to be chilly, but...
How do you get the word out, Sarah, so people will know? Your website, obviously, but, do people come from all over? They
do.
Okay, they do. Great. Oh, that's nice.
New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island, the whole New England area, even parts of New York. We even have some participants who participate in other walks, because we have 60 walks all over the country, and they love it so much. They might be in town for school, and they participate here.
So all the, now, thank you, Pete, all the proceeds go to the Lupus Foundation?
Correct.
Okay. For research?
Research, support, and education.
Okay. How about for patients?
Yes, we do have some aid with prescription programs to help out with that. And then as well we have health educators on staff where you can call in. It's a national service, and so you can't reach your doctor and you have a question and you want to talk to, and then there are registered nurses on staff that we have that you can speak with.
And is there certain health like insurance plans will cover their procedures, do you know, or is it depending on what?
It depends, of
Because
course.
she's a single woman, I am too, and you know, health insurance doesn't matter if you're healthy or you're not healthy, it's way up there, correct?
And even the prescriptions, I mean, the medications.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, very expensive. So it's something, again, that a big part of our initiative is also advocacy, you know, being in DC, really advocating, and especially with the cost of the drugs and part of it also coming up, I mean, there aren't many, there's only one drug that's been approved in the last 50 years for lupus specifically, and no one's lupus is the same. So again, that one drug only targets one part of the immune system, so you have to be a specific candidate for that. For that medication. So what we say is, no, we're looking for an arsenal of treatments because it's not going to take one. And of course, we want them to be very safe and effective.
If you catch lupus in time, is that going to be okay? Will her situation be stabilized, or it will be?
Yeah, most people, if lupus is treated properly, I mean, it's a chronic disease, but you can live a pretty normal life if it's treated properly. And you know, of course, early diagnosis is a big key, and that's another initiative of the Lupus Foundation, is providing physicians with the right and proper tools to be able to make those diagnoses right on, you know, early enough.
Lupus is similar to MS. People didn't know what MS was years and years ago. Nowadays, obviously, early detection will help, you know, not to have it progressive. But so interesting.
Yeah.
I want to ask some women questions now. Miriam, who's your role model for a woman?
My mother.
Your mother?
Yes.
In what way?
She's just a strong woman. She has similar. She hasn't been diagnosed with lupus, but she has some of the similar symptoms. And she's just a hardworking person.
Is it hereditary? Excuse me. Is it lupus hereditary?
There's no known cause, but I mean, they have, they can say it can be hereditary, environmental triggers, or hormonal, so I don't know specifically, but.
Okay, so continue. So your mom?
So because she's such a hard worker that even though, you know, she may wake up days where she's not feeling good or she's having a lot of pain, she still manages to work a 40-hour week. And, you know, not just work, but she also goes home and she does so much for us. So she's really my inspiration. She's my role model.
Yeah, she sounds it. Are you from a big family?
A family of 5. I have an older sibling, and I have an older brother, and then a younger sister.
Big family?
Yes.
And they all working in the Cambridge area?
In the Boston area. And then my grandparents also live with us, so it's a full house.
Oh, that is a full house.
Yes.
Thank you, honey. Sarah, who's a role model for a woman in your life?
Of course, my mother, yes. I think, if anything, she's guided me through my life. Very strong. She was a single mom and worked very hard and really was there to support me through what I wanted to do, I think.
That's great. Now, you're a mom?
I am.
What do you, and you're very positive too, you're always very upbeat. Obviously, you have to be. You know, you're dealing with people that are sick, so you have to be compassionate. What do you teach your son?
Again, I think, if anything, to be kind. I think, you know, to be gentle. He's 18 months, so he's at that age where just running all over the place. So of course you got to try to teach him as many manners as you can as possible at that age, and just to be a good boy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you feel being a woman in your position helps you? Helps your gender? Hurts you?
I think helps. Yeah, I do. It's important. I mean, 90% of people who have lupus are women. 80% are diagnosed between the ages of 15 and 44. So usually in their, you know, prime womanhood, usually around puberty or have pregnancy. So a lot of female bonding there.
Why is it that? Is it 90% women? Is it, like you mentioned, hormonal? Why though? Everything like it seems like everything hormonal brings on all these different illnesses. Breast cancer nowadays they're researching. It's scary, isn't it?
It is.
Doesn't matter whether you diet, whether it's hereditary, it's not hereditary. It's just, do they have are they going to find out a cure for that, or are they going to research that, or?
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're looking at what those biological targets are so that we can better figure out the biology of lupus itself.
Right.
One of our partners recently in our news is an accelerating medical partnership with NIH and other nonprofit organizations, high-level government, and they actually identified or welcomed 11 research groups to work on that. So yeah, we really hope we could get closer, and we know we can.
Good girl. Keep on doing the good work, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Miriam, do you feel being a woman, being a different, maybe El Salvador, having an illness, do you feel you're treated any differently at work? Do you feel it hurts you, helps you, or doesn't faze you?
It doesn't hurt me. I think that people do see me as a strong woman, just because I've been through so much. And as you had mentioned, I try not to let it show, and I always put my best face forward, with a smile.
Right.
So I don't see it as something that has hurt me, and actually, I think that my workplace has been very supportive. My previous job, my manager was very supportive. If I had appointments, I could let her know that I had an appointment coming up, just so that she could put it on her schedule. But she was very supportive.
Fabulous.
Yes.
She's a woman. That's fabulous.
Exactly.
But a lot of times people do not understand. Right? Whether you have a family, you have a child that's sick, whether you have an illness, a lot of people might not understand in a business. So that's good. It makes your job much more easier.
Yes.
Do you volunteer for anything? Do you volunteer? Do you just work? How do you enjoy yourself? Do you?
I try my best to stay active. It is very tough working a 40-hour week and trying to keep my energy. But I do volunteers. I do other walks if I can. I've done the breast cancer walk
Good
before.
Girl. Yesterday was a big day.
Yes.
They had a wonderful crowd. It was great. Good.
Yes. So I like to volunteer in other walks just because I know how it is to be involved in our own walk. So I try to help other organizations as well.
And it's important. Tell the viewers, how important is it to stay positive?
Very important. How you feel emotionally will affect how you feel physically.
Right.
I know that from experience because when I first got diagnosed, because I had so much being thrown at me, it was tough to stay positive, and that's how I ended up losing all that weight. I was very, very, very depressed.
Yeah.
But now that I overcame that, and I have a little bit of management with it, I try to stay the most positive, and that's what I try to tell a lot of people, especially those that are just newly diagnosed, is that that's going to affect how they feel physically.
Right.
And it's very important.
Do you go to classes? Do you go to say groups? Are there groups for people? Support groups. You said that you did have support with the social media, Facebook, Twitter, but do you physically go to a support group? Do you speak at a support group? You should. I mean, I think you're a wonderful girl and you have a lot to offer and make someone that might feel as sick as you were when you first found out.
Thank you. I actually just attended my first support group. This is one of the reasons why I choose to walk with the Lupus Foundation of America, because I want to have a bigger support network here in Massachusetts. There are a lot of small support groups, but we really need to expand.
Okay.
So I attended my first support group a couple of weeks ago, and it was great. It's great. It was another team, and the ladies that run the support group, one of them was diagnosed 40 years ago.
Wow.
So it was very inspiring to hear her story.
Now? Is she 60s, 70s, 40 years ago. She
I
must have been-
believe so.
Wow.
I didn't really ask her age.
Yeah.
But it's very inspiring to know that she's been battling with it for 40 years and she's doing great. So it gives me hope. It gives me hope that, you know, this is not the end of it.
Right.
And new research is coming out, so things are better, much, much better
Right.
than they were 40 years ago.
Good.
So it keeps me on that positive note.
Yeah, and keeps you active.
Yes.
And it's good to help out others, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Do you do anything else? Do you, well, you have your new son. Are you on any other, do you volunteer, Sara, but you're working full time?
Working full time, a lot of my work here is also volunteering with the Lupus Foundation,
Good.
other events that we have going on as well within the foundation. You know, I like to get involved with pet things as well. I have
Oh,
a
you do?
bulldog. We got involved with the bulldog rescue for a while.
Good.
I'd like to get more involved with children organizations as well. Now being a mom, it's
Yeah,
touched me.
yeah, and rewarding for you.
Yeah.
You love being a mom?
I do.
Good.
Still a new mom, but you know, I feel like I'm now getting into that parenting phase. Where it's no longer just the feed me, change me.
Right.
Now it's, you know,
Right.
no, don't
Strictness,
touch.
discipline, that's what I was going to say. No, no.
Yeah.
If I always ask the women on my show, if you had a magic wand, Sara, what would you wish for the young women out there today in this environment?
To feel empowered, I think to feel confident and to feel beautiful.
Yeah.
I think from the inside out and to know how important it is for us as women. I think we have a huge role in the community to give back and to just be great leaders.
That's excellent advice. Thank you, Sara. How about you, Miriam? If you had a magic wand, what would you wish for?
I would wish for the same and to just have courage to follow your dreams and to not let anyone stop you or any situations that you may go through. So that would be.
Because there is life over the rainbow, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Well, we're wrapping up. Can you believe it? I want to show this fabulous shirt that you brought me today. I'm going to definitely wear this. Don't forget, right, October 25th. What's the time?
The walk kicks off at 11 a.m. We do have an opening ceremony at 10:30 a.m.
Okay, and anybody can go.
Yep, it's open.
Pete's going to flash your website again. I want to thank you both for coming on the show, out there making a difference. You are true inspirations. I have my traditional Godiva chocolates for the diva and both of you.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is there anything else, girls, you would like to say?
No,
Come out and support. We need people talking more about lupus and understanding what it is.
Right. How about you, Miriam?
thank you for having us on your show.
Thank you for
Really
coming.
appreciative of it. And just, I just want people to continue to spread awareness and come out and walk with us on October 25th and just have a good old time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If anybody knows two phenomenal divas like Sara Bentley, Miriam Alvarez, please don't forget my website, divas.us or massachusettswomen.org. Don't forget, October 25th, come rain or shine, correct, girls?
Exactly.
Thank you for watching Dacey's Divas, and I will see you soon.